Man, did y'all watch the movie yet? The what is it?
Judas.
Judas. Yeah, Judas.
Great
I watched
movie.
it.
Yeah,
Fire.
it was crazy. It was crazy. Crazy movie, man. I loved it. I loved it. Directed by Black man.
Better have been. Better been.
Why should it have better have been?
What?
I don't know. It just seemed like it should be.
Why?
I've been
That would have been
feeling like black directors can't make good movies.
You feel like that?
I said I would be.
yeah.
Do you think it matters?
What?
A black
Yeah.
a black themed movie. Do you think it doesn't matter if it's directed by a white or a black person?
I don't think it matters, but I think it's awesome when
Yeah.
you know the perspective is coming from the same type of people they're trying to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because it hits us different, regardless.
Yeah. The acting was crazy in that movie. They killed it. All them, they killed it. They killed it.
Yeah, it's an awesome movie. It's an incredible movie.
Amazing.
I got one critique about the movie.
Oh man, here we go. Here we go. What we got? What we got?
I feel like
The ending.
and I think I was talking to Drew about this. the only flaw in
Your opinion.
Mr. Hampton's, operation is that he thought the police was the enemy. That's what I feel like. I feel like let me rock before you start going crazy.
You already know he about to. You know he about to. I'm waiting for
going crazy. Do you remember the scene where the FBI supervisor was like, "Yo, what are you gonna do when your daughter bring home a black man?" To the FBI guy.
Yeah.
And the FBI guy was like befuddled, like, "Yo, what the heck? What are you talking about?" Da 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 da. Right? I'd be feeling like that's where the enemy is. The police are just pawns. If you look at chess, they pawns, yo. They could die. They could just boom, boom. Them the ones that's the front line. That's the ones that go over there, mess with the black people, let them kill you off while I'm still up here in the top, putting my hate down on everybody. You gotta move because I don't want my way of life to move.
So how do you get to in chess, how do you get to the queen and the king? You got to kill off the pawns,
You
right?
got to kill all the pawns. No, pawns.
No, but some have to be sacrificed.
Yeah, you got to sacrifice them.
What you talking about? I feel like that.
I'm just saying. I'm just
Oh.
saying the real enemy. I'm not even saying that the cops ain't the daggone all the way the enemy. I just think that there's too much energy going into the cops instead of
the cops are the muscle. If you take the cops out of the situation
so
and you take control over the cops, then there's no enforcer. There's no muscle.
I get you, but you gotta figure out how to get to the king and the queen. Because you're not going to win chess ever if you take out all the pawns. You're just not going to happen. The king going to already be checkmate.
Yeah, but there's no leverage when you can't even kill the pawns. There's no nothing when you can't even touch the pawns. It's the pawns.
They let the pawns get touched.
The pawns are the enforcers. That's the muscle. And
that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is it ain't about muscle. It's about
let's go
brain. If you know, obviously the street niggas, even like in the mafia, they got the niggas that's in the street. That niggas, they could just throw this nigga off the building because blah 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 blah. But the nigga that's sitting in the chair is this nigga sitting in the chair. Even when the police went and got the mafia, they could They was killing Nick. They was arresting everybody on the street. They had to think about how do we get the dude in the chair, right? So all
Yeah,
I'm
by
saying,
kidnapping his daughter and cutting off her face. Like that's how the Mexican mafia do it. Like it ultimately.
I'm talking about New York. In New York, when the New York police officers, the police department, shut down the New York mafia, the Big Four, right? They were arresting everybody on the street, all the muscle. They were arresting them. They was shooting them. They was killing them, whatever. They was arresting everybody, right? You don't remember that?
I don't. What I'm saying is what I'm saying is I don't feel like that matters.
It do matter because it's not effective until you can get the Big Four down. You get
so what I'm saying is to bring the mafia. Nobody brought the mafia down. You know what I mean? That's number one. That the mafia still runs and exists still to this day.
All right.
So
what I'm saying is the Big Four to get the Big Four in the daggone jailhouse, right?
Okay, cool.
That's
what I'm saying is the reason why they still have justice, the reason why they still have leverage is because people's lives are at stake. The reason why.
Who are you talking about?
When you talking about dealing with the mob, when you talking about dealing with like cartels and stuff like that, even if you do get them, they get treated fairly because people's lives are at stake. And that's the only thing that matters. Money don't matter to people who got money. You understand what I'm saying? All that political talk, all that this, that, and third, oh, we're gonna go to the head. That's all that shit is bullshit because it's ran by money. Because the reality of it is we're looking at going to the head to make a difference, but they're funded by the same crooked motherfuckers that's next to the people that we're trying to have them protect us from. It's all a criminal pyramid scheme. So
who did they get
hold on.
Who's the head then?
Huh?
Who's the head?
The dollar bill. That's it. That's the only one head. The dollar bill.
All right.
That's the only thing that run anything. You don't like. There's nobody. Number one, there isn't a head that we can trust. There's not a head that can make a difference.
A dollar bill?
We can't trust the dollar bill.
All right.
So that whole trusting somebody, ball that up, throw it out the window. Going to talk to somebody, take that, ball it up, throw it out the window. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is violence, and violence is being leveraged. That's how the United States uses it. That's how other places use it. That's how it's used in the hood. That's how it's used on the street.
You gotta go do violence to the nigga that matter.
That sounds. Hey yo. So let me explain this to you. Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
Police officers, they ain't
nothing. No. Let me ask you a question. So if you get into it with a dude at the gas station, and the dude says, "All right, Brandon, I'm gonna see you." That nigga says, "Hey yo, little D-Lo, go slap the shit out of Brandon's wife," right? Because he has an issue with me. I have an issue with him. Do you not shoot the nigga who slapped your wife in the fucking face and then go see this nigga? Yeah. That's the same thing you saying. Niggas shouldn't focus on the police.
I ain't saying.
When the police is the ones that's slapping the shit out of you.
That's what I'm saying, yo.
So what are you saying?
What I'm saying is I feel like it's too much energy for the police. They're gonna get energy because they're the front line, nigga. The front
enough
line
energy to go around, man. So you got yo. In order for you to get past,
past them, yo. I'm a dozen. Everybody could be a cop. They ain't gonna do nothing.
That's not true, bro.
They're gonna just have more cops.
That's Brandon Chisholm. That's not true. If there's a political, if there's a gang goes out into the streets right now and says, yo, they go public, everybody knows, yo, I'm killing cops until this happens. All of a sudden, cops start dropping. There's going to be Hey, yo, we need to see. I need to see you now. 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 Everybody getting up out their beds. Everybody's meeting at this office. What the fuck is going on? Why? Because it's not about it's not about how many people is dropping. It's about who's watching them drop. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, but they're gonna get together and they're just gonna figure out how to kill that nigga with the gun.
And they're also gonna figure out how to make sure that a other person doesn't see the injustice on why they did this again.
Okay.
Because the worst thing you can do is have what's the guy who's a bad guy but turns into a good guy, a good villain. You feel what I'm saying? You can't, just like the dude who killed the police officers in Texas. After they did whatever, he killed them 6 cops, whatever case it be. That nigga was glorified.
Okay.
There was, I just feel like if we had a couple motherfuckers go the extra mile, and by all means, that's not what I'm saying. And not saying kill police officers, but back in them days, yes, I'm saying kill, but murk them niggas, shoot them in their face. I was happy when he busted.
Murk them niggas, by the way.
Huh?
I said I'm not saying not murk them niggas. I'm not saying that.
But what I'm saying is that's the first step in the beginning of talking, communicating with the quote unquote heads. That's the first line. That's the first step. I need to show you that you don't have all the power.
That's not showing them though.
How is that not showing them, bro?
All right, so you remember and
hold on, wait. His objective was never to stay alive. So we're not looking at it from the objective of, yo, so there's no way for you to do this and do that and still maintain a decent life. We talking about from a person who's saying, yo, nigga, it'll be a privilege to die. It'll be a privilege to die for this. And he understands that if I die,
you wasted your life if you are just killing cops. If your objective is to die for this, then you need to die for something way bigger than killing a police officer. That's all I'm saying. Police officer is just a police officer.
Yo, police officer was terrorist back then. When
Hold on now.
Light-skinned niggas for me, man. Y'all light-skinned niggas be saying crazy as shit.
How am I saying anything?
Hey, yo, back then, bro, back then, when your attractive wife couldn't walk down the street without a cop pulling her over and raping her and sending her back home to you like nothing happened, and then come interrogate you.
Understand that I'm not saying don't handle the police officer. I'm not saying that. So get that out of your head.
That's exactly, yo. You said
I said they give you
think you're gonna do justice. If you think you're going, you need
that ain't even going. Even if somebody did that to my wife and I went and killed the police officer, that ain't gonna do nothing. That ain't gonna do anything.
Yo, say that for the people who sacrificed their life for stuff to happen, bro. It's mad people.
I get it, but guess what? I'm on the outside. I get it.
For a cause.
I get it.
That's a cause.
Okay.
So if us as black men, hold on, if us as black men don't know nothing but bad police officers that just target and are terroristic people to us and my family, the only way I can show these people is, yo, you know what? I'm busting back. And I'm taking as many as y'all as I can.
I'm not saying that.
But these people did say that, which is why we able to do the things we do now. That's
all
why
I'm saying is, look at me. I'm coming from a perspective of me watching a movie, and the movie showing me the real villain, right? So I'm sitting there looking at the movie, saying, "Dang, that's crazy that this nigga is the one that's put." And they didn't even show the real villain, but it's crazy that this man may not even have a problem with his daughter having a black boyfriend or something like that, and this nigga forcing this nigga to have a problem with that. He kept saying, "Yo, this gonna change our way of life."
He didn't force nothing. You know what he said? You know what he said? He said, what's going to happen in the Senate third? He said, that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, after he
hold on, wait.
No, you wait. After
I was in the middle of talking. Why the fuck I gotta wait?
Because
I'm in the middle of talking. Don't cut me off and then tell me to wait. Let me finish talking. What I'm saying is, that nigga said, yo, what do you mean? That wouldn't happen. So that means that
ain't what he said. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
What did he say?
Ain't what he said at first, bro. He said it, and then he said, what are we talking about my daughter for? 2 times. Then he said, what do you mean? They're gonna change our way of life. Da 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 da. And then he said, that won't happen. Right?
So that means that when he goes out, just like
that means that the pressure was applied.
But as he took a nigga off the street to use him against this political party, Brandon.
Yeah, but
that dude should have been shot in the face with the rest of them.
As you watch the movie, you see that he was even changing. The FBI agent. Did you watch the movie? He was even changing. So he was changing, and the other dude, even the informant all the way was changed because he had to be like in charge a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he changing and he changed because you realize that these dudes is about positivity and was about building up the community, what the Black Panthers really are.
Everybody knew that. They didn't realize that. They knew that. They knew that.
This nigga kept calling them
Black people getting control. If they let this one nigga show strength and power,
who said that?
We're gonna raise up the rest of them. That's the Willie Lynch theory.
Who said that part, yo?
Huh?
Who said that in the movie?
Oh, I didn't even know that was in the movie.
Yeah, that's in the movie, and the one that I'm talking about is the one that said that, and was the higher up nigga.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, whatever these niggas have.
All right, hold on. Know that I'm not arguing with you, yo. I'm literally watched the movie. I'm trying to explain it again because I feel like you just be arguing with me. I watched the movie from my perspective, not from being in that time, being in them movies, blah, 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 blah. I watched the movie and was like, dang, even if this dude didn't want to do that, the influence is coming from way up higher than him. And they pushing the button on everybody. Right? And then me watching the movie, I'm looking at, oh, these cops ain't really nothing but pawns. They're just out there to get killed.
Yo, my thought process, I think you're completely wrong. I think actually law enforcement is the ones with all the power. I think they are the ones.
I think that's ridiculous.
I don't think that's ridiculous at all.
Are you talking about the movie, Mo, or are you talking about real life? That's what I'm confused.
Either way.
The movie was real life.
I mean,
either way.
The movie was real life, but you have to understand, if you take my 13-year-old son, hold on, you take my 13-year-old son, right? And you put him behind a computer. And this computer that he's behind runs 10,000 robots, right? This nigga is a fucking powerful dude because he has control of 10,000 robots.
Okay.
And for some odd reason, them robots turn around on my 13-year-old boy, he's a goner. If for some odd reason, the 10,000 robots that cause these enemies for him or disappear, he's a goner. Your enforcer is the one who has the power because those are the ones who makes things happen. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if the police came together and said, hey, no, we're not bad guys. We're not going to be bad guys for you guys, then shit would have to change. So the objective is not to get these motherfuckers up here to realize, yo, y'all fucking up and y'all causing damage. The objective is to get the muscle to understand what they're doing and to put a little bit of fear in the muscle, because nobody goes home and is affected by the muscle. The person who's not affected by the outcome or is involved with the outcome has no play. They're just really that 13-year-old person behind a fucking computer. It takes work. The people who are doing the work, those are the ones with the power. You feel what I'm saying? So if you take all the law enforcement and say, yo, all the law enforcement, now them back office conversations we be having, we not having them shits no more. We actually gonna do this, that, and the third. We're gonna this United States is shut down. We're shut down. But that won't happen.
Who telling them to do that?
Who telling what?
You said if we told them if we had told all the law enforcement this, that, and the third, blah 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 blah. Who's telling them to do that?
Yo, politicians, political leaders, high people up. When it comes to politics win, bro. You know how many
get
people.
You, but when the evil is in the politics, right? When the evil is above the police, above everything, right? Police ain't doing nothing but a job.
But okay, so everybody who was assassinated were killed by police, right?
I don't know that
Majority of them, they were killed by police, right? Whether the police paid for it or whether the police called for the hit, they were killed. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X.
I don't know that. I don't know that stuff to be a fact. So.
Okay, cool. So Reagan, you don't never. So you don't.
Did a cop kill Reagan?
No, I'm not. I'm talking about the party that Reagan was. They helped put together to go after black leaders and kill them niggas and all that. No, there was a whole.
And is Reagan was the real devil in that situation. You understand what I'm saying?
No.
All right.
If I tell you to go do something and you go do it, right? That blood is on your hands. Literally.
Of course the blood is
I sleep well.
Of course the blood is on your hands. Of course
I can go back and say, hey, Lord, I made a mistake. My bad. You can't. The power was in the person who is going out to work. Like, the devil wouldn't have shit if he had nobody working for him.
Yeah, and it's the niggas with the influence that is getting these people to do whatever they want, whatever needs to be done in their eye.
So the same way they just want their influence to win, though. That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day,
I'm saying, but even if that's the point, that came from somewhere else.
Hey, I'm not saying this now. Please, feds, don't show up at my door. What I'm saying is, if enough black people, black men, came together in all the states and just start whacking police officers, things would have got a little bit different around here. Period. That's what I'm saying. So to say that a person that's standing up for the rights of their family and their fellow man by killing police officers that were terrorists and not the good people that we have now, quote unquote, but not fucking terrorists, to say that he would be wasting his life or that was a waste, I feel like it's ignorant as fuck. I feel like that's ignorant. That's ignorant as fuck. Like, number one, who are you to say that? And then number two, why would you say that? Like that, it's like back in the day, bro, when somebody had to stand up for something, everybody's so scared. That's what the Willie Lynch theory was about, making everybody scared so won't nobody step up and sacrifice themselves, because it's going to be a sacrifice.
Yo, I'm not saying that what they did was wrong. I said, from me looking, from my perspective, watching the movie, this history playing out, us being in the time we're in now,
It's not us being in the time we're in now.
That's history, isn't it?
We're not in the time that we're in. That we weren't in these times before. We wasn't in those times now. That's a whole different. I couldn't even imagine living back then.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I didn't say nothing about back then. In the whole time I'm talking, I never said nothing about back then. I was talking.
Maybe I misunderstood you, bro. I'm sorry. My
did.
bad. My bad, man.
So all I'm saying is,
can we move on, please?
Yeah, let's move on, yo.
I was trying not to cut y'all off, but I'm like, all right.
Why? It's good content, man. We
I
talking.
get that, but the whole damn podcast, Jesus Christ.
Come on,
we ain't gonna get to other segments.
Talk about some White Devil stuff. Come on.
The movie.
I'm trying to switch the mood up.
Let's switch. Let's go to what the White Devil say.
I don't know what that mean, yo. I don't even know what that means.
I'm just playing, man.
No, I get it, but I don't know what that means, yo, because I don't know what narrative you trying to even say. Because I'm just trying to watch. I watched the movie and I can look at it from a perspective and not be wrapped up into that time and all that and whatever's going on.
Yeah, I think how can you look at it and not be wrapped up in it?
Because
and be wrapped up in the times. Like not look at it from that perspective of being back then.
Yo,
you remember I had this conversation with you, and I was like,
my comment wasn't about my perspective of being back then. My comment was about my perspective of watching the movie. They're two different things. Me and my daughter had a whole different conversation about this movie. Right?
Okay.
My comment on this podcast was about me looking at the movie and saying, dang, that heat coming from somewhere else. And these niggas is just able to die.
And I know, I heard you, and I'm arguing that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you make it seem like I'm saying back in those times that stuff wasn't necessary.
No, I'm making it sound like you saying if a person wastes their life on just killing cops.
I said from right now, it looks like that was a waste if you were just killing police officers when the real power was coming from somewhere else. That's what I'm saying.
But I do want you to understand that killing a cop is way more attention getting than writing a letter.
I'm saying kill the nigga at the top or kill the nigga somebody's family. That
you can't get to him. The police officers are the family.
So look, they not though.
They are.
They're not
on the pyramid. That's their family.
That's they're expendable, yo.
Yeah, but you can't get to the ones who's not. So you got to kill enough of them. So it's not that there's not that expendable.
You got to figure out. You got to play smart like they playing smart. They got a whole dude in the Black Panther Party. They got a whole guy in the Black Panther Party, right? It got to be, and I don't know if it is a way, but it had to be another. I wish it was another way to get to infiltrate upward versus just killing these pawns that they don't care about.
You got to be white.
Yeah, the nigga was black in the Black Panthers.
But you got to be white to infiltrate the white party.
Okay.
Like running up in the Capitol, you'd be good to go.
So what I'm saying is, I don't even know what you mean by that. What does that mean? Because the nigga that was in the Black Panthers was black.
I know.
He was.
So of course they got to be white. My thing, how do you manipulate that person, or not even manipulate? Get one person to be on your side. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You said what?
Oh my goodness!
I said, of course they have to be white in that sense, in that thing. So how? I said some more thought should have been on how to infiltrate them. Do you understand?
I feel like I do. I just feel like that's fantasy talk, bro. Because there's no other way. What other way is there? It's different when you don't have the access to nothing. That's like you being in a dungeon somewhere and it's only one door in, one way out. You can figure all day long, yo, maybe if I chip away at this and do it, you're never gonna figure it out. You just gotta figure out a way to get through this door. And then once you get past the door, then you can figure out about the next door. And I feel like back in the day, the first, they was in a dungeon. And getting out the door was going to war with the police. It's necessary. Nigga, we will shoot you. So even when y'all come in here and try to rally up and think y'all about to come run some shit, y'all better come with it. Y'all better figure out extra because everybody ain't gonna make it home. What does that do?
I understand that approach. All I was saying was, yeah, but it was for no reason.
It wasn't for no reason, bro. When you say some of the
if
things,
I sit there and tell you I understand that ever since you've been talking.
But then when you say the things that you say, bro, that's a
what did I say? I didn't say.
When you say it's a waste of time for the nigga, never. Let's move on.
I said it was a waste of time when me looking at the movie, seeing who the real villain was. That's what I said.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mike, man. Nigga, this nigga Mo is crazy, yo.
Y'all done, man?
Yo, man, I pod, man.
I get it.
Podding, you just talking about nothing.
I'm not.
I can't wait till people hear this, yo.